are back with another episode of Run the Ropes Media Podcast. And if you seen the joint we dropped yesterday, we got a couple AEW superstars that was released, and 100% feel like they going to WWE. Like, I think all three of these are superstars. Like, you know how we talk about the YS6, they ain't got the superstar power. Like, I think it's some superstar power within these guys. But you got to check out the video that we posted yesterday. Today is basically the flip. Y'all already know WWE done let go a handful of people, and maybe this is the reason why. It's like they letting. It's almost like kind of how like the NBA trade was, bro. You got the trade deadline, man. We seen Luka Doncic is now with the Lakers. Yeah. Anthony Davis is with the Mavs, but he already injured. So sorry. Sorry, Dallas fans. Y'all got AD, and he already out after the first game, man. And he a Chicago native, man. Chicago stand up, but y'all know how it goes. But we got some WWE and NXT superstars who are just currently released, and now we're trying to see where they gonna end up. Some of these people we already kind of got a feel to where they will end up. Some of them I already feel like was waiting on a release because they may think, I don't know, Dylan, they may think the grass is greener on the other side. We just posted a video and we said, hey, is the grass greener on the other side? I definitely feel like some of these people will find out. I'm going to go ahead and start off with the obvious, bro. I'm going to start off with the obvious. Go ahead.
First, there was a couple, two more names that were announced that we did not mention in our, the initial video. We had said in there that they could possibly add more names we didn't know in the next coming days. One of them being Elektra Lopez, and the other one being an NXT star, Duke Hudson. So we still don't know. There could be more names down the line within the next, week or so. We just don't know how many cuts that they made. But yeah, let's get into it, bro. Let's just start predicting on where we think some of this talent is going to end up.
We heard people.
Yeah, that's the obvious one, right? Yeah.
Cedric Alexander, who was formerly a part of the Hurt Business in WWE, he just got released, and I just feel like Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin is probably waiting with open arms. And MVP, like they literally got the whole squad potentially available. Like if this don't happen, I feel like if I was Cedric Alexander, I would be in my feelings if I didn't get that call. Or if Bobby Lashley and them didn't put that word in for me, bro. I swear I would. Now, here's the thing. When this does happen, I feel like it's going to go ahead and allow Bobby Lashley to go ahead and go for some main gold, whether it's the AEW World Championship, whether it's the Continental Championship, the TNT Championship, is going to allow him to go for a singles title. Then Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander can go ahead and go for the tag championships. I feel like MVP is still going to do his best at being, their manager and things of that nature. I don't know if MVP is going to hold gold. If he does, I feel like it needs to happen now because AEW does have the 6-man championship as well. So even when Cedric Alexander get there, they can even maybe MVP go with that 6-man, but I definitely feel like it needs to separate Bobby Lashley and allow Bobby Lashley to go ahead and go for a single championship. So again, I feel like that's the obvious. Cedric Alexander to AEW. You agree, bro?
100%. Yeah, I mean it's got to be. I mean, other than there, it doesn't really make sense, right? He's already got an in over there. It was part of a group that they literally recreated from WWE.
Recreated it, bro. I feel like they've been waiting, bro.
Yeah.
You want to know something funny? Like I seen MVP post today on IG, and it just had him, Shelton, and Bobby like on like a yacht, and he basically was just saying like, this is how we living over here. You get what I'm saying? In a sense, kind of like not necessarily throwing shade, but just to me, it was like showing Cedric Alexander like, come on, bro. This how we doing over here. Come be a part of this, man. And I definitely feel like that's gonna happen. Who else we got on it? Well, we mentioned Elektra Lopez, and we got Duke Hudson. Now, Duke Hudson was a part of Chase U. I am surprised that Duke Hudson did get eliminated. He was one of those guys that was part of like that new NXT, man, that NXT that you had to get used to. This was
Mm.
after, the Finn Balor's, the Drew McIntyre. This is when they went from black and gold to the new stuff, the NXT 2.0 and all that. So I feel for him because I feel like he never really, he didn't, first and foremost, he didn't get that call up. And I just feel like when you spent years in NXT and you get released in NXT, it's almost like, dang, man, like, I really didn't even get that chance to shine on the main roster. Him, I don't know where he can go, bro, because I just feel like those who are in NXT and they get released in NXT, they didn't really get a chance to shine and really, put the spotlight on
See,
themselves or make a
I
name for themselves.
I disagree though, because there are people in NXT that are big stars.
I'm talking about that got released while in NXT. Like name an NXT superstar that was in NXT that got released that made a name for themselves while in NXT. Like they were NXT homegrown, homebred. They got released and they made a name for themselves while they were down there.
No, I get what you're saying. I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying, like, let's say that somebody who was already a star in NXT got released. Like, they could be a star in NXT. And just being in NXT doesn't mean
Oh
that
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah. I'm
are
talking about like
excluded
home.
from being a
Like he
star.
started from the bottom. Like we didn't know who he was. He was part of like
Yeah,
that. This is the new class, so it wasn't like he was a Julia or a
yeah,
Stephanie Valkyrie who came to NXT as a superstar and then got released and can continue to make a
yeah.
name off of their past. Like he don't even have much to to
Well,
present as far as a resume.
and here's my thing. Another person part of a group that got lost in the shuffle.
True.
It happens, bro. Like when they stick certain guys or girls in these factions or these groups, and I feel like they just get labeled in that group, a lot of times they just get lost and forgot about, and they don't know what else to do with them.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they're doing something where they're disbanding, the Chase U, or they're trying to do a little rebrand because we know Thea Hale is still there. She's probably the
Yeah.
biggest star part of that whole group.
But
And
they
it's like,
disbanded you a while ago though. Like once he lost that match against Riz Holland, so and maybe that's why they let him go.
again, what do we do with somebody who was part of a group and
Mm-hmm.
now they're no longer that group? What do we do with them? And unfortunately, I feel like there's a lot of that. There's that happening on the main roster right now as
Yeah,
well. Like
true.
this
Yep.
isn't just an NXT problem. This is a WWE problem. Let's just keep it
Mm-hmm.
real. Like we've been having a lot of issues with groups and factions in WWE for a while now. So
Yeah. It's like when,
again,
like you say, the roster's so big, it's just like they just like lump everybody in one group.
yep, exactly. And this one's tough, bro. It's like I don't know what you do. I don't know if you're a big enough name to try to, get even into like an AEW. I mean, maybe you better suit it with TNA because there's still that window to come back to
Yep.
WWE, or maybe you test out the independent scene. You know,
I think he
it
might
depends
have
on
to,
how bad
bro.
you want it. Depends on how bad you want it. I mean, maybe this was the straw for some people, and they say, you know what, not for me. I don't want to do this anymore. Too. You can think
Yep.
about it that way.
Yeah, and
I
you
feel
got
like
even go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, just to continue on that train. I feel like it's the same kind of for Elektra Lopez. I
Yep.
mean, I know she was, had her little solo thing in the women's division down there in NXT, but on the main roster, she's only strictly been associated
Yep.
with Santos
Legato.
Escobar and Los Gar. Yeah, so again, another one where it's tough, bro. Like, do you see her on the independent circuit trying to grind
Nah,
through, trying to make it to a big promotion? I don't.
nah. I like somebody like that, bro. She might have to
It's
grind through the independent because I don't like
yeah.
again. I don't think the name was made where AEW like we have to sign her, or
Correct.
even TNA like we have to sign her. Like even look at like a guy like Cameron Grimes who had
Mm,
success at NXT, who came to
mhm,
the main roster, nothing happened, and nobody picked him up. So it is a
correct.
possibility that some of these guys may not even get picked up.
Facts.
So those two may not get picked up. But
Mhm.
who's one that we think that will get picked up? Who else we got?
You also got, well, maybe we just stick stick down the line of maybe those who don't get picked up real quick when
Let's
I
run
talk
it.
about my boy Giovanni Vinci. I mean, listen, I'm gonna be honest, guys. On Instagram, I reached out to Giovanni Vinci. Maybe extending a hand, see if he wants to come on the pod. Maybe we get a little inside scoop. What happened in WWE? My
Mhm.
boy was getting he was getting promo packages
Yeah.
on SmackDown.
Yep.
Couple weeks later, he had a squash match, and from there, we didn't see him again, bro.
It's over with.
So I feel like personally, maybe there's a story behind that whole thing. Maybe some backstage antics or politics or something happened with that. Because why would you break up Imperium, have him have literally
Twice.
for like it was like
Twice.
3
Twice.
but there was yeah, and there was like
Twice.
3 I think there was 2 or 3 weeks where they ran a
Yep.
promo package for
Yep.
him
They did.
specifically, and
Just for
then
him
all
to
of a
come in and
sudden
then lose and get him out of there.
yeah, and then all of a sudden you squash him and then he's done. So that's a little fishy to me. I'd love for him to try to come on the pod and just
Yeah.
maybe there's a story behind that. I'd love that. But he's another guy, man. I mean, did he have or build up a big enough name in WWE
I don't think so.
to automatically slide into a TNA or AEW? I mean,
I don't even think
again,
Ludwig Kaiser has yet, bro.
I
And Lou,
I way
I
more than Giovanni.
way more, 100%, way
Yeah,
more. But I don't think that AEW will pick up Ludwig. I don't think
TNA,
maybe
TNA
maybe
definitely.
maybe he'll be able to do something in TNA, but like AEW, I don't even think AEW will pick up Ludwig. So I definitely don't think that they would pick up Giovanni though.
And here's the thing, bro. Giovanni actually is a good wrestler, bro. Like if you look up some of his highlights, the guy's very athletic.
Bro, him and NXT was cold, bro. Like that's why I
Yeah,
was surprised when they broke them up the first time. And
yeah,
then when they brought them back together, I'm like, okay, they really gonna do some good by bro.
yep.
And then I mean, here we are. So let's see, man. Let's see. He should be a guy that goes on the independent scene, try to get some steam under his belt, and we'll see what happens with that. Who else we got?
Um, Isla Dawn. I this is another tough one. I feel like she would have been better suited if they just sent her back down to NXT. I mean, her and Blair Davenport. Let's just put them
Yeah,
both out
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Why not just have them go back down to NXT?
And both of
They're
these are former wrestlers in NXT UK as well. So they made their
correct.
name on the UK scene
Yep.
enough for WWE to recognize them. And then they kept them, for the regular NXT. And then both of them came up to the main roster. So that's a kind of sad picture, man. And even like reading some of the tweets from like some of the wrestlers, like a lot of people were sad that Isla Dawn had got let go.
Mhm.
And not to mention, she was a tag team champion, what, 6 months ago? You
Not
know,
even 6 months ago.
not
Yeah.
even. So man, man, like that one
Mhm.
sucks. That one sucked for real. But I do think what's gonna come from that is that we gonna get Kaylee Ray back. I'm throwing that out there. Kaylee Ray is now known as Alba Fire. I think her in NXT UK, she was doing some stuff, bro. Kaylee Ray, she was a former NXT Women's Champion under that name. I don't know why they switched up. And bro, most of the NXT UK superstars they changed the names, and I feel like I don't know if that hurt them or
I mean,
helped them because you got guys like
we literally
Walter.
have a we literally have a laughing joke of Butch and Pete Dunne on weekly
Bro, Butch and
television
P
right
Dunn,
now.
bro. You got Walter and Gunther. You got Kaylee Ray went to Alba Fire, bro. I just feel like when they do that, they lose who the crowd got to know and who the crowd actually loved. I feel like Walter was a perfect name for Gunther at the time, bro. Like Gunther, we had to get used to it, and it took us time. It took us a
Mhm.
long time to get used to that name change. We never got used to the name change with Butch, and I feel like that's something that WWE is messing up with these superstars. Now they didn't change Isla Dawn's name, but that sucks, man. Again, I feel like that should have been one of the women that they just brought back down to NXT. Let her do some work down there. Let her get some more steam under her belt as well.
Mhm.
We just got to see. But then again, We talk about NXT, but look at how stacked the NXT women's roster is, bro. Like
Stacked.
it's not like they got homegrown. They got some homegrown, but they got a lot of outside influence from, whether it was New Japan or, some of these other organizations that some of these women wrestlers came from. So they already got that crowd, that fan base behind them. So maybe it was best. I don't know.
We'll have to wait and see, right?
Wait and see, bro.
Now, two guys that definitely can go elsewhere, the Good Brothers. I mean, they've been around for so
Yeah.
damn long.
Yep.
They've been back and forth in WWE a couple times. Uh,
TNA,
TNA, New Japan, like they've been all
Ring of
over the place.
Honor.
Ring of Honor. I mean, honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I think they can literally just pick and choose. To be honest, what promotions they want to work with. I feel like for them specifically, they'd be better suited with AEW because they allow you to go to Ring of Honor, New
Yep. Yep.
Japan,
Yep.
do the Josh Barnett's Bloodsport. Like you could do so many different things within one little like umbrella
Mm.
in AEW, and I feel like that's probably best suited for them. What do you probably agree or
No,
what?
I agree with that, bro. Because if they're not getting used on AEW regular television, then they can send them down to Ring of Honor. And then if
Yep.
they ain't doing that, then they can always go to New Japan. And then when they making noise in New Japan, they can come to AEW for a quick, run or whatever. So yeah, they have multiple options, multiple doors. You got the
Yep.
Young Bucks over there, like they're familiar with a lot of the guys over there. So I'm sure they probably already got a call from maybe the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega. They got friends and family over there, bro. So honestly, it probably would be the best. And I still feel like AEW roster needs some real tag teams, bro.
Yep.
And that's
Yep.
why for the longest it was the Lucha Bros versus um um the Young Bucks. That was pretty much like Private Party been there for 4 or 5 years and they just gave them the titles and then they lost them a month later to the Hurt Syndicate because the Hurt
Yep.
Syndicate, they had that star power. The tag team division at AEW is lacking star power. So I definitely feel like they will be good. And heck, even the next team, bro, Authors of Pain, they will
Yep.
be good at AEW as well. Because like I just said, AEW, their tag division needs a lot of help. Now, what may hinder a lot of this, because it's not like these guys is wrestling for free.
Yeah.
AEW superstars are probably getting paid the same amount as WWE superstars. So, with that being said, do they have the budget to bring in so many of these other talents that have been let go by other companies? Because every time a big superstar leaves WWE, AEW signs them. So I'm sure
Mm.
Bobby Lashley didn't take no major pay cut. And let's not forget, Tony Khan and his family got bread. So it's not like, what I'm saying, they don't have the money to spend, but I definitely feel like they're competing with WWE's paycheck as far as signing these former WWE superstars. Like Mercedes Moné probably getting a Charlotte Flair check. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? You got Swerve. Swerve done signed a new deal. I know Swerve probably getting paid. You still got guys like Jericho. You got Kenny Omega. Like, you got guys in there that I'm sure, is asking for some bread. So these other guys coming in, either they might not get paid what they want, but then again, like Arthur's of Pain, like they probably can use a little TV time because they
Mm.
dang sure didn't really get it in WWE. So I guess what matters most to them, is it the money or is it the time that people are actually being able to see their craft? So I guess that's more of a personal preference for those guys.
And at the end of the day, any promotion that's other than WWE that can allow these guys to still make a paycheck every week, I'm here for it. You know what I mean? I
Mhm.
mean,
Facts.
as long as they have that option, it's not like, they get released from WWE and they literally can't do anything else. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that is I guess one silver lining to that.
Next up, man, on the list is Sonya Deville. Now, Sonya Deville was one of those superstars who they never really knew what to do. Like, now I'm thinking about it, bro. Sonya Deville was on SmackDown. I think she was on SmackDown as a GM for either she
Yes,
was
yes.
yeah, she was, right? So like they really didn't know what to do with her. She just came back from a big injury. They threw her in a group PFC with Zoe Starks and Shayna Baszler. And the crazy thing is she was a leader of the group, but I think that Shayna Baszler should have been the leader of the
I
group.
know, we know you love Shayna Baszler.
And then we got Zoe Starks, who was a phenomenal in-ring competitor. I just feel like Sonya Deville never really got her shine. And the
Here's the
time that
problem.
she
Here's the problem. Another group and another faction, they stuck together, hoped it worked, and it just didn't, bro. Like,
yeah, she never really had the
again,
singles. Yeah, she didn't have the singles.
WWE has a major problem with these groups and factions, bro. Like, you can't just stick people that you think are good and just stick them as a group and think it's going to get over with the crowd. I mean, it's proven right now. You just let AOP, which was part of Final Testament, there's one group disbanded. You just had Sonya Deville and PFC. That group is going to be disbanded. Like,
Isla Dawn and Alba Fire.
Isla
That
Dawn,
group is
Alba
about
Fire,
yeah.
the guy from Chase U, like, bro, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah.
Giovanni Vinci and Imperium, another part of a
Yep.
faction. It didn't work. Like, bro, if this doesn't open up some eyes within WWE about like, hey, like maybe we should really like plan out some creative ideas when it comes to these tag teams and these
Yeah.
factions, like before we just stick people together. It's like I don't get it, bro. Like, I know Triple H comes from that era and the time frame, right? Like DX and all these, these big names back in the day that all these teams and all these groups and factions were over with the crowd. It's not working right now. I mean, we got a failed Wyatt Six. Like if Alexa Bliss and Braun Strowman ain't gonna save that group, that's another failed faction, bro. Like when
100%.
you really start to break down these teams, where you got
But do you
Montez
know
Ford
why
and
though,
Angelo
bro?
Dawkins
That's
that have been
because
a team. I'm done. Whatever. I'm done.
that's
I'm done with
because
my rant.
that's because these people are not superstars, bro. Like when
Montez
Sonya
Ford
Sonya
is.
Deville was in like a tag, like when she first came there, bro, she was in a like a who was she with? She was with Paige and who else? Like when she
Um,
first got there, I forget the name. We just talked about it.
yeah,
But
Absolution.
then she went and teamed up with her friend Mandy Rose.
Yep.
Then Mandy Rose, they had like a match like loser leads or something, and then Mandy Rose went over to NXT and became a major superstar over there. Like Mandy Rose was over.
Yeah.
Sonya Deville just never really resonated with the crowd. She never
Mhm.
resonated with the audience. So out of all of the groups that she's been in, most can potentially say she was the weakest link. But she lasted in WWE for a long time, though. She been
Yeah.
in there since like 2018. Like it's not like Sonya Deville was in there for like a year or two and they let her go. Like she had time. She had time because even with SmackDown and her being a GM and things of that nature. So again, I don't feel like this was a short-lived run. It was just a
Mhm.
run that never really took off like it probably should have.
It's tough. It's
Yeah.
tough, man. It's like I can name more people in on the
I
main
know,
roster,
bro.
right? Right,
You just trying not to go on another rant, bro. I can see it all over right now, bro.
bro. Well, it's true. Like you just look at the main roster. Like I can clearly name more people that I could see following suit in these cuts. Like it's literally the same blueprint. It every person who just got cut was part of a group or a faction at one point or another that they literally didn't know what to do with. That should say something about the company's current state and how to build these factions. The Judgment Day was cool. Now what are you doing with them? Like that's
Yeah.
another one that sooner or
Cause
later
once they Carlito definitely leaving, bro. Like they not doing with him. You know what I'm saying?
the
Like
hurt
they can
the Hurt Syndicate, they failed them too, bro. It's
yeah.
like I'm telling you, there's a major problem with groups and factions in WWE right now. They don't know how to book them properly.
Yep. Nah, that's a fact, bro. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a
Like,
fact. Real talk. Who else we got?
I think that was it,
That
bro,
was it.
right? Yeah, that's it. We just named
Hey,
about
WWE
11
be like,
people.
I thought they was gonna at least wait till after WrestleMania to start cutting people. They like, nah. Some of y'all
Yeah.
gotta go now, bro. But yeah.
Mhm.
But I mean, AEW did the same thing too. So maybe it's just that season, rinse out some, bring in some new faces. hopefully some people get in some spots where they can actually take off, man. Sonya Deville, she may be one that just, just stops, bro. Like, again, she's best friends with Mandy Rose. They were doing some stuff together not too long ago, man. Sometimes you do feel sorry for these superstars, man, because it's a lot of time away from your friends and family, bro. And then for this stuff not to work out, so like if Mandy Rose was somewhere, I'd be like, yeah, Sonya Deville is gonna go there. But Mandy Rose, but she making so much bread that she ain't even got to wrestle, bro. So we'll see.
And
Y'all let us know.
Sonya's one too that has had a lot of injuries too, bro. She was out
That
for a
too. That
while.
too. She has been injury prone, bro, and that could have halted her runs for some time, man. They might have had some plans, and then she got hurt, and then you know how it go. Them plans ain't gonna just wait until you come back unless you that person. So y'all let us know in the comment section below how y'all feel about the releases. Do y'all think that any more releases are soon to come? Do y'all think maybe, bro? Because we just found out about 2 more, and some of them happened a while ago. We just now hearing about, like they've been low key about it. So we shall see. But make sure y'all check out the video we posted regarding the AEW superstars that were released and potentially coming to the WWE. And other than that, Dylan, we good? What you think, bro? More people? Less factions. That's what Dylan's saying, y'all. Less factions, y'all. Less factions and more great stories. And I'm here for it all 2025. So other than that, you got your boy Break.
Got Dylan.
And we out.
Peace.
Peace.